Hi, welcome to Comintern, July 1941. Now, this is kind of a corrective video. It's basically a do-over. I misunderstood. I was going to, I saved all my money from this turn in a previous video if you did see it. And it's basically, I was trying to save it so I could double. I was going to buy a bunch of militia like I did the turn before. But I found out that if Moscow gets taken, I realized you could move your capital, but I didn't realize that the money went with didn't go with you. So I was pointing out to her that was in the book, and I misread that rule. So the guys graciously are giving me a do-over. I don't deserve a do-over, but basically protect your capital at all costs. Even though it says you can move capitals, the United States can move their capital, Great Britain can move their capital, and Russia can move their capital. But if your capital falls, they lose their money to the bank, not to the other player. So just kind of wanted to, if you're playing the game, that's just a note. And I'm kind of playing on what I feel is borrowed game time, but but I'm thankful we get to keep playing, and because this was not going to go well for anybody, and we've invested a lot of time in it, so I'm thankful for the group. So now here we go. We're going to go ahead and move forward. We're going to do the official turn. I'm going to take my time and be careful, and hopefully don't mess things up this turn, but just need to deal with it in the future if it happens again, because I can't do do-overs just because it throws everybody off, and that's not good. So I'm not going to ask for them, but I'm going to just try to take my time and try to make sure I verify everything before I do it best I can. Okay, so this is the Comintern, July 1941's official turn, starting with I always have to refer to the book because I can't even remember the order of playing without looking at the book. So and I can do order of play in Axis and Allies by memory, because that's kind of I think most of us have played this game, cut our teeth on that one, and you might well too. Start out with Risk, and then later on Axis and Allies, and even played a few other games like Fortress America. Let's see here. Okay, I think I am on the wrong page. Okay, wait, no, that's. And I'm using this new ring light because it charges my phone while I'm recording, and I live in Illinois. I'm doing this in my garage, and it's kind of cold out here, so my phone sometimes dies at the very end of the video, and I don't want it to die in the middle of the video. So I've got it plugged into this ring light, and it's charging at the same time while I record. So hopefully you see everything okay, and let me know if you don't. So first of all, we are going to roll for do the Sleeping Bear roll, which is for our peacetime increases. And okay, so Sleeping Bear roll. Okay, we got a 5, so that ends our Sleeping Bear, which technically brings up to 46, but let's see. But minus the territories that Germany took, need to get an official location as to where that is. So they, let's see, we got $1, 2, 3, 5. Let's see. Okay. 6, 7, 10, 11. Okay, it looks like 11, so 46 minus 11 brings it down to 35. And then territories still held is we have 1 Finnish territory, 2 for Mongolia, and 3 for the Japanese territory. So we go up 6. So our official income is 41. All right. So that's our sleeping bear roll. No more. We do not need to re-roll that anymore. So the next thing we're going to do is technology rolls. Now, one technology roll I'm doing from a previous turn, but I was supposed to only roll 2 technology rolls on the last turn. I keep forgetting about this, but I didn't roll this. I rolled 3 technology rolls, so I was supposed to roll 2 because I moved to factory. I got 1 out of 3 technology rolls. So I was thinking that, okay, I should have rolled for 2 technologies and got 1 I got, 2 I didn't. So I'm only rolling for 1 technology, and I'm rolling for the hardest one. So I need to get a 9 or better for strategic bombers. This is for the last turn, even though I'm doing it during this turn, just to get caught up on this. So here we go. Okay, we got a 2, did not get it. So, good to go. All right, so now we're doing technology rolls for this actual turn. So first we're going to go for strategic rockets and heavy bombers. We need 9s for both of them. So first I'm going to go ahead and do strategic rockets. Okay, we got strategic rockets, stage 1. Now we're going to go for heavy bombers again. I need a 9 or better. We got a 1, furthest away from it. Okay, no big deal. Move forward on one thing. So now we're going to go to purchase new units and facilities. So here we have our new units that we're going to be purchasing. We're going to purchase 3 tank destroyers, 1 advanced mechanized for the guys playing the game. These little trucks that have the kind of open bed, even though they're old-time mechanized, I'm using them as advanced mechanized because I didn't see any advanced mechanized on HBG. Unless I missed it, you guys can let me know, but I didn't find any for Russia. I'm going to buy 2 AA guns. I'm going to upgrade an infantry, another mechanized. I was kind of going back and forth between purchases. I'm going to finish our fortification on the border of Turkey because that's where it's going to be, on the border of Turkey. We're going to buy 7 and 7 militia and finish upgrading a factory to a large factory. So that's where we are with our purchase units. Now still trying to coordinate this thing and aim it. Okay. All right, we're going into combat phase. So here's what we're doing for our combats. For Russia, let's see there. I think this thing's open. Keeps wanting to go down when I do that. Okay, so for Russia, we're going to go from Primorovsky, however you say that. We're going to go down into Korea, taking 3 infantry, 1 from Primorovsky, and 2 from Eastern Manchuria. Okay. Over in Suyan, we're going to go into Hopa, and there's a roundel that's unclear, and I don't have to go through the river to get to that roundel, so that's going to be rolled as a clear territory. Even though Russia's going to do this, I'm just going to tell you that they're going to go into Senchi with a artillery and a mountain infantry. That's what the CCP will do when it's time for them. Okay, over here, let's see if we can get you. I don't want that thing to fall off. Okay. And it did anyways. Okay. Still trying to learn this best way to do this, guys. So, hoping you can see things better and my phone stays charged. Okay. All right, I think I got you where I need you. Okay. So we are going to attack Western Russia with from Oral-Kursk with a cavalry, an infantry, 4 more infantry, another infantry, and then from Eastern Ukraine we'll have our colonial cavalry, our tank destroyer, and our motorized infantry attacking there. We're going to leave the rest of our militia in place. Let's see. They've got 4 units. We've got, let's see. I think okay. I think we'll keep it that. And then over here, if I'm off screen, Lapland infantry is going into southern Finland, and I read about marshes, and I didn't see any changes, but I'm also able to get to the roundel in the clear space there as well. So let's see here. Is that all the attacks that I was planning? I'm thinking, I think it is. It's really simple attacks. It's just taking a defensive approach and trying my best to just stay alive at this point, because, you know, it looks grim for Russia. So, okay. So here we go. I'm going to point this back at the dice tray, and I will tell you, I have to, you know, get the battle board going here. Oh yeah, I zoomed out, didn't I? Okay. Yeah, I am not a camera guy. I like to take pictures, but I am not the best with it though. So I do my best. So here we go. We are going to, first thing we're going to do is do simple southern Finland. We're going to go ahead and do that simple battle. And we have an infantry going at an infantry. So we have the infantry that will be attacking from Russia at 2 or less, and we have an infantry that's from Germany defending at 4 or less. So the attack at 2 or less. Miss. The defense at 4 or less. I'm going to re-roll that. It was a 12. I'm getting the benefit of the doubt. I'm just not too much for when it lands on the edges no matter what. Okay. They got me. So that battle is over. And so Lapland is now empty. Go ahead and take this arrow off so I know it's been done. And then we're going to go into have our battle in Western Russia with 5 infantry. Put my casualties away in the container real quick. Okay, so we got 5 infantry attacking. Wait, sorry. That's I have a green chip and my green chips resemble mean 3, so I actually have 6 infantry. Okay. We have a tank destroyer, which rolls at a 3 or less. We have a cavalry, which rolls at 3 or less. I've got to double check on the my colonial cavalry. I don't think there's anything special for the colonial cavalry, but gotta look that up real quick. Make sure I get that right. Okay, let's see. All right, they attack at 3. Okay, so no big deal. They just attack like any other cavalry. So put them at 3 or less. And then we put the motorized infantry at 2 or less. I think I'm being more consistent on at least saying the name of the piece finally. Okay, so and Germany has 2 infantry defending at 4, a mechanized units defending at 4, and a medium armor defending at 5. Okay, so we have our 6 infantry and our well, actually, we're going to go ahead and roll for our tank destroyer by itself first. See if we get a 3 or less, we can select the tank as a casualty. So here we go. And we actually we need 3 or less. So if we get any of those, I think that is it's a select the units. Okay, we got 5, so that did not work. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and roll for the 2 cavalry. These are 3s or less. Okay, we got a 1 and a 3, so that takes 2 units, so I imagine they would lose the infantry. And then we have 7 at 2 or less. All right, 7 at 2 or less, here we go. Okay, we got this one here that's got a little bit, like I said, I don't like it on the sides. So here we go again, 11, it's a miss, good. Okay, so we got 1 hit, as you can see there. So we're going to go ahead and, let's see, they'll take the mechanized off. So we got a total of 3 hits for our round. So now it's their defense. We're going to go ahead and do their tank for defense. At 5 or less. Okay, they got 1 of our infantry. And then we're going to do their 2 infantry and mechanized unit. So that's 3 at 4 or less. Oh, all 3 misses. I think that was a good thing. So we will. So well, the battle's not over. I was getting ready to say the battle's over, but it's not. But okay. So now we're going to go to the second round, and we're going to go ahead and take our units off of here. We're on the second round, and now we're going to go ahead and roll the tank destroy. Well, it doesn't really matter. There's only one tank left, so I'm going to go ahead and roll all 3 dice at 3 or less, because it doesn't matter if you get a target selection when there's only 1 target. Okay, we got a 2 right here. So we're going to go ahead, the tank's done. We're going to go ahead and roll for the tank's defense at 5 or less. It hit. So we remove the infantry, the battle is over. And we reclaimed Western Russia. So we're going to go ahead, and what we have in there now that we've done that is we have uh, 4 infantry, 1 motorized infantry, 1 tank destroyer, 1 cavalry, and a colonial cavalry. Okay. Now with that, we'll go ahead. We did both battles over here. So now we're going to go ahead and move over to the Japanese section, where we're going into Korea, and there's 3 infantry going into 1 Korean infantry. And one Korean and a Japanese infantry, and this is going into mountain territory. So I have to mountain information out here real quick. Bear with me, guys. This isn't automatic for me. I'm one of the newest ones in the game. let's see. Okay. All attack and land units -1. So we'll be doing -1 for all our battles. So we are going to really hope for genuine luck on this one, because we're going to be rolling at 1s for our 3 infantry, and they will be rolling at 4 in defense for their 1 infantry. So here we go. So, attack with. Here we go for attempting at 3 1s. No hits. They defend 4 less. Miss. We attack again. We need just 1 1. Nothing. They attack 4 less. Okay, they knocked out one of our infantry. So we'll take him out. And we'll go ahead and hope for the best with, say, 2 or less. I mean, one. We need 1s. Okay, sorry. Oh, we got a 1. So we took Korea. But now we've got to roll for the last defense roll. So we might just, we don't know if the infantry is going to be in there alone or what. He's got company. So we're going to go ahead and take the Japanese roundel off. Korea. Okay. And we're going to go ahead and place a Russian roundel on there. You know, this might be just short term, but you know, Russia really needs money pretty bad, and so if they can hold on to territories, you know, this could be the territory that they have. Let's see, I got 41. Yeah, I guess I put those up there. So we'll double check at the end of the turn that I have everything correct, but that takes them 2 more, so they were up to 43. Russia is. All right. Okay, so the next place that Russia's attacking is against some militia with a light tank and Hopa, and I don't believe the river is something I have to worry about because it's wrapped around Sensi, and I can just go right across from the mountains. Let's see. Yeah, he was off of there. So we have the Japanese militia defending at, I believe, 2. And then the light tank will be attacking. Okay, at 4 or less, and if I end up reading the river wrong, I hope I just get like a 1 if I get it at all. But we're going to give it a go, because 1's definite, no doubt. But I way understand it with the roundel. If it's in a clear area, you don't have to pass through a certain area to get to it. Then it's you don't have to worry about that type of terrain. And it doesn't look like that to me. So we're going to go ahead and attack with our light tank at 4 or less. Okay, doesn't matter because I rolled an 8. Now we're going to defend with the militia at 2 or less. Okay, it missed. Back to the light tank with 4 or less. It misses. Back to the militia at 2 or less. It misses. Back to the light tank, 4 or less. Misses. Back to the militia at 2 or less. Misses. Back to the light tank at 4 or less. Misses. Back to the militia at 2 or less. Misses. Back to the light tank at 4 or less. Misses. Back to the militia at 2 or less. Back to the light tank at 4 or less. Wow. Back to the militia at 2 or less. Misses. Back to the light tank at 4 or less. Misses. Back to the militia at 2 or less. Misses. Back to the light tank at 4 or less. Okay, it's on the edge, re-rolling it. You know, I told you on the edges, guys. Misses still. Back to the militia at 2 or less. Misses. Back to the light tank at 4 or less. Misses. Back to the militia at 2 or less. Okay, the militia hit. That was just one long battle. But we didn't take it. So that was not successful. And I don't know if that was a good battle or a bad battle, you know, because it was so long. You know, part of me thinks it's a good battle, the other part of me thinks, wow, that stunk. But okay, now we have our mountain infantry and our artillery going into our original home base. So let's see here. Our mountain terrain again was what? Let's see. Attack land use -1, but the mountain infantry doesn't submit to those rules. Well, at least I know where to look up the modifiers. I mean, that's one battle that, you know, you go through the game, you have to check modifiers for all the different units and the combination of units, and it's kind of, you got to make sure you don't miss any of them. And say, okay, so we have a mountain infantry, and it attacks at 2, and they don't have an attack or penalty, and we have an artillery that is gives them a bonus. So the mountain infantry will be attacking at 3, and the regular artillery will be attacking at a 2. Okay, that's the mountain rules. So regular artillery, and it gets first strike, and the mountain infantry will be 3 or less, and the militia will be defending at 2 or less. So, first strike for the artillery at 2 or less, missed. Okay, so now we'll go with the mountain infantry at 3 or less, missed. Now the militia defends at 2 or less. Okay, those Japanese are really training their militia. So, let's see. Wow. Okay, we're gonna go for it because, you know, I don't know if Russia can really help these guys. So we're going to go for our mountain infantry at 3 or less, missed. And militia at 2 or less, missed. Mountain infantry at 3 or less, missed. Militia at 2 or less. Okay, mountain infantry at 3 or less, missed. Militia at 2 or less, miss. Mountain infantry at 3 or less, missed. Militia at 2 or less. Wow, man, rolled a lot of bad attack rolls. So we didn't take the sin sheet either. So, but at least, you know, I was there for the whole battle, and, you know, I guess I still got walloped. No matter what we do, the Comintern just can't roll low numbers for squat. Okay, so let's see. That looks like that's all the battles. So next thing we'll do is non-combat move. So our make sure I'm saying that right. Okay. All right. So, okay. Resolve our combats, change the rank them and everything. So we will do a non-combat move now. We are going to move our AA gun. I'm going to take this guy off here a little bit.